Hey, Tom here from the iScrap app, and I want to talk about recycled electric motors. Now, many people might know what electric motors are or have heard about them, but you don't know what they actually do, what's inside, or where they can be found, and we want to give you a little insight on electric motors today. Now, they say that the world spins around and around and around, and it spins not because of electric motors, but a lot of things in your house do spin because of electric motors, and I'm going to name a couple right off the top of my head. A fan is spinning the blades. A dishwasher is spinning the cycles on the bottom. A laundry machine moving those tubs around to get the water flowing. How do those things move? Well, they move by having electric motors attached to something else that makes them spin. And we want to show you a few examples and talk about what's inside of them and if you should take them apart. Now, in front of me, I have a variety of electric motors. Some are whole, some are taken apart, some are copper, some are aluminum. A lot of different things to keep in mind. Now, this larger electric motor would come from something like an air conditioner. Now, outdoor air conditioners that would be on the ground would have this blade on top, and there's a fan that keeps all of the air moving. This is a heavier tool, right? This already had the blades cut off of it. So what you would want to do is make sure that you have all the blades removed. They're either steel or aluminum. And I would sell this like it is. This top piece here is aluminum, but the sides are steel, the windings are copper, and the center is steel. And we'll just illustrate that here a little more. Now, what you can see here is the body of what we have here, okay? But what you can see inside of it are these windings. And a lot of people have asked us questions. Tom, is it worth taking electric motors apart? I don't know how hard it is or what tools you have, but I will give you a few things to think about. The first thing, Tom, do I take the electric motor apart, yes or no? Well, my counter question would be, are the windings copper or are the windings aluminum? So I have a file here, and when you can scratch one of these on the side, I'll scratch on the inside to give it a better idea. When you see that the inside of this could be red, here we see white, it's just coated on top of red. Right off the bat, you're gonna have an electric motor. This one is copper, actually. This has copper windings. This is 100% worth taking apart, especially if you're saving a lot of them. When you have an electric motor and you pull the rotor out of the middle, a lot of guys will use snips or they'll use sawzalls. They'll be able to cut this circle out around, and then the other side, all these spinning pieces that go around, they go through and then they can pull that out. Some people use vices, some people use different types of tools, but you can easily take this after you pull the armature out, because you can see here it's spot welded inside, so you do need to separate. It takes a little work, but this could be a piece of copper that comes out. You get about 5 pounds of copper, 3 to 5 pounds of copper out of this and the rotor. So that's just something to keep in mind. So just to show you another one, this was out of a washing machine, and the washing machine, when you scratch, it looks like copper on the outside, but you can see from using the file that this is white, which means it's aluminum. So if you have aluminum windings, this is something I never ever suggest taking apart. Unless you really like doing this and it's fun to you, you're not gonna make more money this way, and I would sell this electric motor the way that it is. Now, could you make more money? Technically, yes, but it's going to take you a lot of time, and it's not something I would really try to do when I'm trying to recycle electric motors. Now, when I look at electric motors, I look at upgrades and how I can make more money, and I look at time spent. So a piece like this, you see some copper wire sticking out of it. Right off the bat, that's an easy win where you can cut that and immediately recycle the copper wire. But on the inside, you can start to see some of these pieces of copper or aluminum, and that's where you want to be able to use your file to scratch a little bit of it, because you may be able to see if this is aluminum or copper before you even touch it. You can just use a file, put it in there, take a knife. This one is aluminum. This is not worth taking apart. Now, this motor is probably from something like a washing machine. Generally, the newer things made from 2010 and later utilized aluminum windings. It was cheaper than copper. It didn't matter for consumer appliances. So things like interior fans, air conditioners, washing machines, dryers, all things in your house, those are probably going to have aluminum windings, not worth taking themselves apart. The copper ones you can make money on, but again, when we go back to this, you see this being 35 pounds or so, it takes a lot of work to get it to this stage, right? You got to take the top off by unbolting it, pull these long screws out, pull the rotor out, and then you have a problem inside. You can see these are all tack welded inside. So you have another complication that makes it harder to make money. But if you have a vise, if you have 20 or 30 motors, by saving them and getting into a groove, the first 2 or 3 takes a little time to get used to taking them apart. But after that, now you know what to do. Now you become quicker at it. That's when you can start to make money when it comes to these. Now, would I take apart a motor based on size? That's another yes. When I look at these similar motors, right? This is out of a washing machine. This is probably out of a smaller air conditioner. This may be out of a fan. But what you can see is when you lay all of these bodies down, they're all different sizes. The smaller they are, less copper. The bigger they are, more copper. So once you figure out aluminum or copper, now you have to look at the size. Generally, rule of thumb is 10 to 15% of the weight of the overall unit is windings. So if this weighs 40 pounds, has copper windings, and you say, okay, 15% of it, you can expect 6 pounds of copper out of this piece, and that copper would be sold as a number 2 copper. There might be a shellac on it, and if a scrapyard gives you a problem, I would find a different yard through the iScrap app, but you should definitely get a number 2 copper price as long as there's not heavy insulation on it. Now, would I take all of these motors apart as a scrapyard owner? I wouldn't take it apart. But if you're trying to make more money and this is a side hobby or a full-time job for you, getting the right tools, a vise, channel locks, cutters, a file, right? And lining these up like an assembly line will allow you to make more money. And that's when you can start to maximize your scrap value while recycling electric motors. So use the iScrap app to learn more, find scrap yards in your area, find up-to-date prices, post the prices you get from recycling your old electric motors on there, and let us know if there's anything else that we can teach you about motors today.